It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to Phoenix's top tier premier geek and nerd podcast. This is the Absolute Geek Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
I think we need to bump Brian up in the rotation ahead of Jose.
Let's do it again then. Let's do it again.
No. I'm just kidding.
You guys are terrible.
Uh,
I got to continue to be nice to Jose so he can give me his books when he passes away instead of being an idiot, putting him in his freaking coffin.
I already did that with Matt and Kyle.
Brian secretly has a calendar where he just fucking marks down every day that Jose hasn't had another stroke. He's just waiting.
He's put an X through every day.
He's got it written in crayon, a little thing that says Brian can have my books, and he forged Jose's signature. He's gonna show it to his mom. Brian can have my books.
It's on a napkin.
Cocktail napkin.
From Jose.
I don't think I'm ever gonna. I think I'm gonna be buried with my books. So
You would do that?
I'm doing with that.
Fuck that! I tell my wife to sell them, just not for what I told her I got them for.
Jose's gonna sell them. Jose will sell them. You're gonna meet some young hottie when you're like 65, and she's gonna be like, "Sell them." You're gonna sell them to try and impress her.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck that."
You're gonna sell them to get that hot like Ferrari or something.
He's just gonna sell them just to get vagina.
Yeah. Beats paying for it. Am I right?
That'll probably be the first time selling comics will get vagina for anybody.
Right. No. Selling comics will get you vagina because you're making the money. It's reading comics that doesn't get you any vagina.
That's the repellent.
That's the repellent. It's reading comics.
The repellent. Reading comics is what doesn't get you any vagina. I mean,
you gotta hide it until they're roped in.
Exactly.
And go, by the way, and then you open your closet, all your comics fall on her.
she dies from the comic weight.
There's an avalanche of comics on top of her. She can't get away from it.
You just see her hand sticking out, waving, and that's it.
It's like those old stupid scary movies when they're in the library and somebody dies and it's just like books fall on them. You just hear like a blood curdling scream and they're just covered in library books.
Oh, you got a nice house. What's it? Don't open that door.
That's the door we don't open.
It's the door that his mom's secretly behind in her little rocking chair. Oh, mijo.
Mijo, your comic's in here again.
Yeah.
Is she coming over again? I like that girl.
Yeah. Well, they probably steam cleaned his books.
No.
Don't you? Yeah.
Only before you press them.
Yep. Jose presses those books.
I only pressed one book. It was the first appearance of Swamp Thing.
I can just picture Jose right now laying in his coffin with like just a disgusted look on his face, like he just smelled like
a fart.
I think he just smelled a fart, and he's got his arms are crossed, and in each hand is like one of his fucking comics.
It's got Hulk 181.
Yeah. And then Giant Size X-Men in the other one.
What they did is they clamped his dead fucking decaying fingers around it, so you can't get it out. It's like he's still holding on to it.
Whoever can get those comics out of my hands in that funeral can have them.
Yeah.
You see Brian like yanking hard. The whole coffin's fucking rocking.
Everyone's silent, and you just hear the church doors bust open, and here comes Brian with a jackhammer ready to go.
He's fucking hitting Jose's hand with a hammer. He's got
There's a death grip on this.
He's like Darkman. He's got the fucking cigar cutter. He's cutting his fingers off.
I need somebody to go get me that can of nitrous out of the trunk of my car. I'm gonna freeze this bitch off.
Good luck.
By the end of it, fucking Jose looks like the uncle from Mr. Deeds, all fucking frozen, solid still. He like breaks the arm off and like tips the casket over.
Oh man.
Fucking. That's Jose.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. when he does it, and then he's barefoot and tightly between his toes. You see a dollar bill super clenched.
It's at Jose's will says, I want that $5 from Kyle for parking still.
It's just a little note that says, Kyle, you still owe me $5.
Yeah.
There's a little jar that point an arrow that pointing down that says put $5 here.
Everybody that owes him money, it's at the end of the coffin.
This motherfucker in his will, it tells you to charge everybody admission to his funeral. He's not going. Yeah, he's not going away without making some profit.
Someone's gonna have to pay my funeral costs.
There you go. Jose doesn't have a GoFundMe. He just has a fucking pay me.
They got two big fucking bouncers.
Yeah.
You can't come in. $10.
They locked the door and passed the fucking offering plate around like 4 times.
Have you ever seen
No checks.
No checks.
No checks, only cash.
No checks.
And it's only a George Washington. You hand it back.
There's a bouncer dude walking around, and then he's got like one of the squares on the iPad that you can just run your card.
Steve-O from fucking Friday.
Yeah.
That wasn't enough.
Jose secretly petitioned to be buried next to Herb Trimpe.
I don't know. Where is he buried at?
I don't know. I'm not that much of a creep. I don't go looking to see where people are buried at.
Probably somewhere in New York.
I don't know. I'm not that much of a nerd. I mean, I'm a nerd, but I don't know where comic book artists are buried at. What song do you want to play at your funeral, Jose? Because I'm picturing like Dust in the Wind, but by the wedding band from Old School.
Oh man, that would be great.
I want a DJ in my
You want a trap horn?
Yeah.
The trap horn?
Yeah.
You want the bass to drop?
It's gotta play Darude Sandstorm as they carry your body out. In your fucking like X-Men casket or your death casket.
I'd like Fly to the Bumblebee.
I think it's too busy. That song.
Have you made a will, Jose?
I won't care.
No.
This is starting to get creepy. It sounds like we're really planning this thing.
I probably should though.
Listen, with the way this man's going, you know, he's got to have a plan. He's got to have a solid plan. He can look back to this episode and be like, listen, I've already got it laid out. It's on a podcast. It's on audio. It's out there for the world to hear.
That's legit.
It's his last will and testament. And don't worry, Brian, I will edit it in the audio to make it sound like he said you could have his comics.
We'll go through all the old episodes until we can take out. Yes, like Brian, you can have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound like a robot.
Yeah, it's all right.
All cut up.
And it's also gonna say, "And I love penis."
I don't think I've ever said one of those words.
Which words?
I love or penis.
I'm not gonna say it.
He's got a fucking cold heart. Speaking of penis.
How are you doing, Brian?
Yeah. How you doing, Brian? This is gonna make you guys shit your pants. A issue of Batman Damned just sold on eBay. A CGC graded issue just sold on eBay for $1,800.
Is it the
10.
Was it the one that they gave out before at San Diego Comic-Con? There's like a special I don't want to call it ash can, but you know what I mean, like a preview. It's worth a lot.
It's the full issue. It's a perfect 10, $1,800.
And those probably will get quite a few 10s if they were, you know, magazine size and decent binding. Who knows?
$1,800 for Bat Dong.
It makes me wish I would have bought a few.
For Bat Dong.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, I got a couple issues of that Venom movie tie-in comic if you want one.
Oh hell yeah, man! I've been trying to find one. That'd be dope. To me, that's a great cover and a great spec book because Tom Hardy. It'd be great to have like somebody get his autograph on that, and then the cover is actually pretty damn good. It's
Yeah,
him
because
like running, right, and the symbiote's kind of like
no,
taking
it's
over.
just him like standing there in the symbiote
Yeah.
coming over him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be running. I can't remember.
Dope.
I want to copy that too.
Nah.
Only Brian gets one.
Yeah. Brian's the one that picked the spec, so he's the one that gets the book.
God damn you, Brian.
He doesn't get shit. You don't get shit, Kyle.
I saw a lot of people on Facebook selling them for about $7 a pop.
What, the Venom thing?
Yeah.
Dude, right now, like, it's just it's going for like $5 to $10 on eBay. Some people are getting crazy and trying to sell it for like 15. But I think some of those Walking Dead covers tomorrow for Walking Dead Day are going to get ridiculous.
I think they're already ridiculous. Most of them look stupid.
They do, unfortunately. Some of them look real bad.
I mean, honestly, I think the J. Scott Campbell one is probably one of the best of the bunch.
I think that looks like shit, dude. It's just something about the way he draws females just bugs the shit out of me because they look like cat people. They look like cat people from Skyrim.
Yeah, but most of those covers are fucking terrible. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't order a bunch of all the covers or any of all the covers.
I think that they're just putting out too much work, so their work is really lacking.
Like
some of them are really stylistic. Like I like the 98 where Abraham dies. I like that one. That one's really cool. Like I want to get that and frame it and put it on my wall. And then I really like Alpha's first appearance too. How it's like real like pen drawn, like quick sketched. I think that looks really cool too.
I mean, and like the Finch cover isn't bad, but yeah, I kind of agree with you, Brian. A lot of these artists, I think they're just they're drawing too much shit at one time, and you're starting to see their art going down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, in case you forgot, tomorrow, if you're listening to this live on YouTube, it is Walking Dead Day at your local comic shop. So go support your local comic shop and see if you can get a 1 in 100 Walking Dead variant out of one of the black bags.
There you go.
So dope to get one of those.
There it is.
Knowing my luck, I'd get the shittiest one out of all of them. Oh god, it's got like 2 red lines on it. I'd be so pissed.
So I think we're finally starting to see the end of the popularity of the Marvel Netflix show as they're not renewing Defenders for a season 2, and they just canceled Marvel's Iron Fist after season 2. There will not be a season 3. And they left that show on a huge point too.
Yep.
Who's canceling? Sorry.
Netflix canceled Iron Fist.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And they
canceled
the Defenders also.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Because Iron Fist sucked.
It wasn't terrible, but it could have been really good.
It could have been.
It wasn't bad, but it could have been good.
Well,
I think season 3 of Daredevil came out today too.
He was getting better in season 2. He started. You can tell that the script writers kind of made him like what he should be. I don't know. It just pisses me off.
Well, because they started to go into the Immortal, the like 2014, 2015 Immortal Iron Fist run. So that's where they were heading towards season 3.
Yeah, it would have been badass.
Not no more.
It's so stupid. That type of shit pisses me off.
I can't get through Supernatural, so I can't watch anything else. I got 3 more seasons before I can even start a new show.
Jesus. And the new season of Supernatural is about to start too.
I know. God damn it. I'm on season 11 though. I'm almost there.
I can't believe you actually started watching that show.
Watch it, man. I've watched 11 seasons.
No, thank you.
Wow.
It's actually pants on.
Sometimes they're off. Only on the good.
On the screen, they're off.
Dean, the fucking vampire fighting machine.
Yeah.
Oh man, the show's not that bad.
Dean, the giving Kyle a boner machine.
Oh yeah, you know it.
So, and then all the CW shows are coming back. They just started Flash on Tuesday, which was really good. You
I
guys are
heard
Flash.
I heard Arrow's supposed to be pretty good this season.
Arrow hasn't started yet. That starts the next week.
Is it? I quit watching it a while back, about 2 years ago, but I've kind of heard that's kind of started falling, and it wasn't as good as it used to be. Everything else is kind of blowing it out of the water, but this season's supposed to be really good because I don't know if he's like becoming a bad guy or something. Do you follow it, Matt?
Yeah, he's in prison. He got arrested at the end of the last season.
That's dope.
So he starts this season in prison. But Flash, they just debuted XS. Fucking yeah, I can't think of her name. Barry and Iris's daughter.
Really?
Yep. She just showed up from the future in the last episode and the season premiere, so that was really cool.
That is cool.
I wonder if I even record fucking Flash still.
I don't know. Do you?
I'm gonna look right now. Nope.
No. Where'd it stop?
Huh?
God, fucking, what the fuck's wrong with me? I guess I have to put it back in.
You have to put it back in. That's what she said.
She said.
So the other
and then all the comic books fell on her.
Oh.
The other big news is James Gunn being fired from Marvel and hopping over to DC.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's a big fuck you.
So
to
you know,
write
and
a
he
Suicide Squad sequel.
and he hates Jared Leto. So
Uh-oh.
That's 2 for 2 in my book.
God bless James Gunn, right?
That's right.
Why does he hate Jared Leto?
The man is a god.
He thinks he's a pedophile.
What? So he rocks in your own house.
It's been going on for a while, but yeah, James Gunn has tweeted it and he's like live streamed, like talking about it. Yeah, he hates Jared Leto.
Wow, that's weird.
That's weird.
But could you imagine if James Gunn made Suicide Squad kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I think
I
Suicide
think that
Squad
was the point.
dope.
Yeah.
What you mean, to make him a little bit more like lively and funny instead of dark?
No,
Exactly.
well, a little that they screwed that up because you can tell they were going dark, and then somebody came to him and said, "Look how good Guardians of the Galaxy is doing. Let's change this up," and they fucked it up by.
Yeah, Tim in the chat says the mouse strikes again. Disney streaming service is killing them off. Which, yeah, I mean, of course, Disney streaming service is going to kill them off, but I don't know how much of that is actually the streaming service and how much of that is just that people have lost interest or their writing is just not very good. But
I lost interest.
But I haven't watched Jessica Jones season 2. I haven't watched Luke Cage season 2. I haven't watched Iron Fist season 2. I haven't watched any of the Punisher. Like, it just, they've lost. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Kyle. I've lost interest. Now I'm hearing great things about Daredevil, and Daredevil season 3 I will definitely watch.
Yeah, Bullseye definitely makes any comic fan. That's like a must watch. Just because Bullseye is in it. But here's a weird thing. What if did Netflix cancel it, or did Marvel
Netflix cancel it?
Maybe Marvel can come back and go, we're going to move it over to our streaming service.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll revive it on their service, or they'll redo it.
Yeah, they own it.
Yeah, they own it. But who knows what they're going to do with it. I still think that when it comes to their shows, you're going to see them delay a little bit. I think they're going to watch and see what happens with DC and their streaming service first before they go all gung-ho and going on it. You're hearing a lot of announcements of that, Jon Favreau is going to do Mandalorians, and then you got, Tico Waititi is going to direct an episode, and so is Dallas Bryce Howard. But a lot of that's just a talk. I don't think you're going to see any action from them for a while until I think it'll be about mid next year before you hear a whole lot. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just don't think they're going to go gung-ho into it. I think they're going to sit back a little bit and watch DC before they start pumping out content. I think they'll start their streaming service and it'll just be Disney movies and your Marvel movies, but I don't think they'll start pumping out original content until till they watch DC a little bit.
Yeah.
I think today was the first day for the Teen Titans.
Did you watch it, Jose?
No. Why would I watch it?
I'm just gonna try to find it online in the next like 18 hours because it'll be up somewhere.
Look for right now.
Perrin says he's seen the first 2 episodes and he's like, it's not good by any means, but it's not terrible either. So, coming from a big, the second big Dick Grayson fan I know, that's saying something.
I didn't imagine it being very good. I had a hard time believing that it was going to be good. But
And then there's a rumor that's going on. I don't know that if it's true or not. Brie Larson is saying no, but they're saying that she signed on to do 7 Marvel Studio films.
Wow.
So that would be what that would be her movie Avengers 4
and 5 more.
And then probably a sequel to her movie and then a couple more Avengers movies.
She could be the big opening to the cosmic universe, so she's probably in some of those.
I want a Avengers movie.
Her Avengers?
Avengers.
Do you think at some point we get a Nova movie?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it'll be Nova standalone, but there'll be a main character in one of the cosmic ones.
I would like to see like
sorry, go ahead.
No, that TV show that's on Disney XD, like Spectacular Spider-Man or some shit like that, where Drake Bell was voicing Spider-Man. It was like they were at a Shield Academy, so it was Spider-Man, Nova.
I remember that.
They should do a team-up movie like that.
Well, I think they would, knock it out of the park if they use Sam. Is it Sam Jones, the young kid Nova? I can't remember his last name. It's Sam something. If they used him, I think that would be perfect because you could have the kids, kid type flick, and then the comic fan type flick, and then anybody who sees all the Avengers movie. I think that's a no-brainer. But it'd be hard to have a whole movie, tied up in just him.
Did you guys know there's a movie called Santa Jaws? Trying to survive the family Christmas, Cody makes a wish to be alone, which ends up backfiring when a shark manifests and kills his entire family.
What the fuck? Is that a sci-fi film?
Sounds like it.
Santa Jaws. Hold on, let me look.
And Brian, it's Sam Alexander.
There you go.
IMDb. Stupid.
Like I'm getting more and more curious about Avengers 4 because now it's come out that supposedly Avengers 4 is going to be set 4 years after the events of the last Avengers movie.
That gives them time to relax and recoup and think things through and try to get a game plan.
I don't think there's going to be any relaxing and recouping. But
only 4 years.
4 years. 4 years. There's got to be a little bit of. There's got to be a little R&R.
Yeah. Let's take a little siesta and go to Cancun for the weekend.
Well, 4 years. I imagine there's got to be a little bit of fucking. All right, I got to get away and get my thoughts back together. Sipping Mai Tais. I don't know.
Yep,
sitting on the ocean can you get a lot of good ideas looking at the ocean.
Yeah,
maybe that's what they need. They're all sitting there in lawn chairs, playing frisbee,
passing around Coronas.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see Santa Jaws now.
What if Avengers 4 had a different villain than Thanos?
I think people would be mad.
Yeah.
What if
mad.
Thanos was only part of the issue?
Well, who do you think would be the other main antagonist?
Well, there came out today a leak of Avengers 4 toys in the back of the box, and it's of Thor and Rocket Raccoon in new costumes. And the back of the package says the Asgardian Thor wields the mighty Stormbreaker and does battles against new foes. Rocket teams up with a new crew to guard the galaxy for an even greater threat. So it sounds like there might be more to Avengers 4 than just Thanos. What if they're in the middle of fighting another battle while dealing with the repercussions of the Thanos finger snap?
Well, I got two things that might be part of that. One, the obvious one is there's a greater threat. That could be Galactus, right? Greater threat to the universe. He's probably the biggest threat other than snapping your finger type shit. But the other
they
thing,
would have to fight Silver Surfer.
well, not necessarily. Maybe that's how Silver Surfer shows up. But you know, if you read the other Infinity series, the what was it? Infinity War and Infinity Crusade, you know, they had to fight a pretty hardcore person, and they actually needed Thanos to team up with them. So I can't remember that guy's name in Infinity War. Magus, maybe it was, but
The Great Beyonder.
yeah, he was one. So maybe that might be it. Maybe that's how they could play off a Secret Wars type thing. You remember when Secret Wars came out, this is kind of crazy. When Secret Wars came out, all those characters that got sent to that planet all disappeared like they do in Avengers 4. They just start like disappearing. And what if they're kind of doing that same type of thing where those guys are on a planet and they have to kind of play out the same way that Secret Wars did?
That's interesting.
There's a lot of things that they can do to introduce that cosmic universe, but they just need to hurry up and do it.
Chris is in the chat says Cap will have fallen to a crippling drug addiction. Tony will have created a fortress, and everything is up to Scott Lang. Now amazing before being trapped in the quantum realm for 4 years. Oh, and the Kree start the amazing dance party. Calling it strange has been biding his time in the astral plane. Thor probably hung out with Rocket. Galactus sucks. They seeded Adam. Where does he come in? So
yeah, that's the other one. I forgot about that. Warlock or
you're gonna see him in Guardians 3. They're gonna find someone to do Guardians 3. They're gonna use James Gunn's script. I think they're gonna recast Drax. Because I think you're going to see Batista jump ship and he's going to go be in Suicide Squad.
He already said he wanted to be.
Yeah. I don't know. That whole thing is a mess. Adam Warlock is an Infinity Wars character, yes.
Yeah.
But they've pretty much replaced him with Vision, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think... And yes, he can wield the gauntlet, but I think you're gonna see Captain Marvel, I think, wield it, or you're gonna see Captain America do it. I think you're gonna see one of those two wield the Infinity Gauntlet. It might even go more like the comic. You might even see Nebula use it.
I think Cap would be a perfect person to use it. Maybe that's how he gets killed, and using it. He saves the universe, and that's how, for some reason, it saps all of his, whatever that thing they gave him was.
Oh, and he shrivels back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
The serum.
Yeah.
I don't think Cap is going. Someone said Cap is going to get killed by Tony. I don't think Cap's going to get killed by Tony.
No. Because then Tony would have to kill himself.
I think it's going to be, if you've ever seen. I don't know. This is just speculation, but if you've seen the Men in Black, I think it's 3, where they go back in time. There's a section in there where one of the characters says that where there's death, there always will be death, and I think that's what's going to happen. Is that it's going to come down to when they reset the timeline, somebody's going to have to give up their life, and to the Soul Stone, and being the most noble one, I think it's going to be Cap that gives it up, and that's going to be what writes Chris Evans out of it. That's what would open the door for them to replace him with like Bucky Barnes or Sam Wilson, which I really hope they don't replace him with Sam Wilson.
I hope they replace him with Jose.
By the beach?
Yes, the other Josh Brolin movie. That's right. It's just the trifecta of Josh Brolin or Borland. And then he's going to show up as Cable too. So you're gonna have Cable. You're gonna have Cable goes back in time to fight Thanos, and and the Men in Black.
Oh, I got one for you. Isn't
He's a
Cable
busy guy.
Isn't Cable in the comics a new leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
I know they're starting to they're launching a new Guardians team, but I don't know who is part of that team. Guardians, I've never been a Guardians fan, honestly. Like the movie, I like the movies, but I've never been a fan of the books.
The team that they put together that the movie's based on, those issues were pretty good.
Captain Stroke Boy. Tim says Captain Stroke Boy.
Yeah.
I'm the what's it called?
It's Girth Man and Stroke Boy.
Yep, Girth Man. I am Girth Man.
I'm this distraction when I have a stroke.
Yeah, right.
So then everybody else can kick their ass.
There you go.
The guy's having a stroke. Help him. Then the rest of the team can kick their ass.
There you go.
That's my superpower.
You're the stroke distraction.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's a lot of crazy theories out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think Avengers 4 is going to go the way everyone thinks it is. There's going to be some big twist in it that's going to catch everyone off guard.
I'd hope so, because everything else, seems so obvious, Like,
yeah.
Unless they want to that is the twist, they're just going to make it obvious.
Well, the way it sounds like Captain Marvel is definitely going to do something huge with Thanos. But we don't know how Chris Evans plays into this. With him dying and stuff.
I mean, to me, him like with the whole where there's death, there will be death, where he has to give up his life.
Yeah.
For everyone else sounds real plausible.
Yeah, and that's something Cap would do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tony would do it, but he'd probably think twice about it. And maybe this is what leads Tony to drink, like crazy drinking stuff.
But Tony's the only one that's really risked his life so many times. Like the first Avenger movie, he went to outer space. When he was fighting that killing guy with all with all those suits and stuff.
Ultron.
Like he risked his life a lot. So, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's Cap's turn. Like Cap has always been that one real just golden boy. Like they call him the Boy Scout. Like he's just like Superman, the Boy Scout, and he hasn't. They didn't have him get shot at the end of Civil War, so he hasn't really had his defining moment yet. And I think that's a defining moment that sets up the Marvel Cinematic Universe for going forward. Honoring the legacy of Captain America sets it up going forward, I think.
But that would be a good way to end it anyways for him.
It would, absolutely.
High note.
But the other thing, I know we're jumping all over the place. The other thing to keep in mind too about James Gunn's Suicide Squad is it's going to be a completely fresh take. So it sounds like
probably good.
Anything to do with the first movie.
You know what? I think you need to stay a little more structured.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's the only way I can do this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's sober though.
I know. You're not all over. I'm used to whiskey Kyle. I don't know what to do with sober Kyle.
I'm monitoring now. I'm paying attention.
Yeah, now you're saying something. Shut up.
I'm used to whiskey Kyle.
Next week.
Right. Well, here's hoping, right?
I'll make it up. I'll make it up on Sunday.
As I'm sitting here watching the Venom movie, which my review is still coming, it's just been taking me a while to do it.
You're watching it right now?
No. As I was sitting in the theater watching the Venom movie, it dawned on me.
The sun came up?
Yep. And it was tomorrow.
Yeah. Exactly what I thought. As soon as he said Beatles, I'm thinking about Beatles.
You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
Yeah.
There'll still be sun. But does it bother anybody else how many times this character's origin has changed? how many times this symbiote has found its way to Earth has changed. How they're constantly always ever changing this character.
I think that a lot of them were fuck ups, but there's some that are really good.
Like it was just announced. It was announced yesterday that his saliva is actually his poop.
Oh my god!
So when he has like when you see like some because his saliva is different colors at times. So when you see the green saliva, that's actually his poop. It's actually him like spitting out or rejecting the waste that the symbiote ingested. So like I guess in the newest issue there's a panel where he's getting shot and then you see like the green spit come out and it's him like getting rid of the waste of the bullets.
Along that lines, I saw somebody make a post about, I forget which one it is, but it's a Amazing Spider-Man Eric Larson cover where, it's close up of the Venom. It's a really famous cover. And he's got the green slime and somebody put it up like first appearance of whatever they call it. They don't call it poop. What do they call it? Like waste or
waste.
Yeah. And I was like, the spec game's getting a little too crazy. When people are putting up first appearances of Venom
of waste.
Poop. Yeah.
Yep, waste.
Yeah. Are we getting to the specking bottom of the barrel or what?
I think with movies and stuff we are, and TVs. I mean, that's why if you notice, remember, 2-3 years ago, anytime a new villain or character would pop up on the TV shows, especially the WB stuff or CW stuff, that book would, whoever's first appearance that book would go crazy for like a week. Now nobody even cares. I think it's just the spec game has gotten too crazy. So,
well, yeah, I mean, books coming out on Wednesday are quadruple the price within being out for 6 minutes. It's too hard to keep up with, like that. We can't have books coming out, that second being, you know what I mean, crazy price. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about the daughter of Professor X and Lilandra?
I didn't get into it. I just saw it. Did you read anything? Is she out yet?
Yeah, I have it saved in my book or in my pull list. Yeah.
Okay, so how was it?
I don't know. I didn't need to read it. I need to go get it tomorrow. But it came out last month.
Make sure to pick up your Walking Dead books. It's tomorrow's Walking Dead Day.
Oh, fuck.
No, because if you buy a Samurai Comics variant #1 of Walking Dead, there's huge discounts after that. A lot of issues are $1.
Everything in the stores is $1?
I think there's select stuff that's $1. I don't think the new release wall is going to be, but I'm not sure what all is, but it's probably going to be a good selection. I know it says a lot of their trades are 50% off.
That's kind of cool. I haven't done much comic hunting lately, and kind of bums me out because that was so much fun,
There's nowhere to really do it here anymore.
Yeah.
Now that John's gone.
Yeah. I was even thinking like me and Kyle used to go to garage sales all the time, and I haven't even seen anything like that for a while. I think it's just.
Do you ever watch Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, but you know what? Now that you mention it, I need to start looking more, I guess.
A lot of it's linked to the groups.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace that it seems like people are not quite sure what they have. Because you see some stuff on there sometimes that's just like, wow, I can't believe they're selling it for this much.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that lately. I can't believe it's that much. So.
No one has ever said that to you in your life.
Ever.
Unless you're pouring a glass of whiskey.
Ever.
That much.
No, and I think everywhere's like, and there's so many people out and about now just sucking everything up without, that it's too much of a competition now. You can't just go out and stumble across things anymore. And you can't just, just mosey on up to yard sales and stuff. Now it's like, it's
like 30 people there.
Yeah, they've been there for 4 hours. They get there at 2:00 in the morning to wait for the 6 a.m. Opening.
At what point are you going to start seeing people
Steven was.
Even like stealing boxes of books off of trucks and like
Crackheads.
yeah, just getting crazy with it, dude.
I don't think that would ever happen. I think most of the comic community, other than a few crackheads.
I'm not talking about the comic community. I'm talking about the outsiders that are going to catch on at some point to see
I got you. Yeah.
how crazy the market is. And I mean, they've done it with avocados. They've done it with video games. You know, it's going to be crazy to see like once people start catching on that these books are going for that much. You've got all this speculation, so people expect that something's going to be massive in price, and they're out there buying it all up, or you know, taking it right out of the back of the trucks or whatever is being done.
I think people just need to get back to reading them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really become almost crazy. Well, it's beyond crazy, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. It's gotten a little ridiculous.
You know what? That's just I just buy stuff that I read. I don't search for anything. I don't try to get that hot book of the week. I don't try. If the one of my poll lists ends up being the hot book of the week, cool. But other than that, I don't really. I try to just stick to what I like, and that's it. Fuck it.
Well, it almost feels like Marvel too is catching on to this, and so they're making. It feels like they're making new characters now just to make the hot book of the week. Like they're kind of staging it.
Yeah, that's what Donny Cates is doing, and you know, here's something crazy. All the guys from the flip side, other than me, went to Baltimore this year, Comic-Con, and they sent multiple pictures. We have a group chat. There's artists and creators who do a screenshot of the CBSI top 10 and put it on their table and say, look, this book was in the top 10 on this date, and they have the book right next to it. So, you know, people are really starting to, outside of the normal spec game, are looking at those type of things to make money, like you're saying. And to have that top 10 or whatever it's going to be, top 50, that's the hard part. You got to make sure that somebody is out there. And thank God for the CBSI top 10. He's a stand-up dude. He's one of the flip side guys. But people are going to start doing stuff like that and not putting up the true hot books and making other books for their own monetary gain. So,
well, you're already seeing that. You're seeing that with people who, I can't remember what Spider-Man issue is. But there's people that like the issue where it's like a yellow cover and it's like a giant vat of acid. I can't think of the cover. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Kyle?
I don't know either.
Jose, what you should know. It's the one that that one fucking comic, that one toy store had. Kamikaze was advertising someone's first appearance, and it was their first cover appearance.
Oh, it was Mary Jane.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the Spider-Man.
Oh, you're talking about where she's tied up in the chair.
Yeah. So there's like I just said, there's a lot of places that already advertise that as her first appearance, and it's not.
And I got mad.
It's her first cover appearance.
Yeah, Jose got pissed.
I was like, that's not her first appearance. Not even close to her first appearance.
It's her first cover appearance.
Because
she has multiple first appearances. She has first appearances on the cover. She has first appearances where you only see her shadow. She has first appearances where you don't see her face. I mean,
like I own her first appearance where you don't see her face, where it's covered by the giant flower.
Yeah.
And then I also own her true first appearance, where you actually see her for the first time.
Yeah.
Is that the one where she says the tiger line?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a book that I think should be. That book's really underrated.
Just because of that. San Diego Comic-Con, didn't you, Matt?
Yep, I sure did.
That's such a great line. That's such a great panel, you know, where she's saying that, and it's such an iconic character, and that line's iconic. That book should be worth 4 times than what it really is, or what it's going for.
Well, you would think it would be, especially since she's been in the movies and all that, and it really hasn't. It really hasn't exploded like you would think.
Yeah. Weird, man. People are too excited about Batwing.
Yeah.
People are crazy insane about it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
With Batwing?
Yeah.
What's going on with Batwing?
Oh, Batwing, Bruce Wayne.
Oh, Batwang. Oh,
The
Yeah.
Batawang.
the Bat Root.
The Bat Root.
Bad root.
Did you guys see? Did you see Ruby Rose's first shot as Batwoman?
Looks good.
I think it does too, and I'm glad that they got the red wig too.
Yeah, I do too.
Now it's just a matter of if she's actually shaved her head or not.
Yeah, that book already blew up that 51 or whatever, New 52 or 52
Her
week
first
11
appearance.
or something like that. Yeah, that book blew up overnight when she got announced, but I could see that book, doing it again.
Leveling back out.
I
You think
whatever.
spiking back up?
it's going to spike back up, and then it's going to drop majorly because people don't realize how many copies are out there. But
Yep.
that
One through
character is
32.
going to be huge. She's meeting so many target audiences. It's like that perfect storm type thing. I could see that happening with her. And she's hot. She's,
Yeah.
that costume is awesome.
They did a good job on the costume.
Yeah.
They didn't mess up. They didn't do anything with it.
And if they play her out like she's the like she is in the comics, she's a badass in the comics.
Yep.
I mean, she's really dope. You don't fuck with her in the comics.
Yeah, she's an ass kicking machine.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully that she works out
Yeah.
because she looks good.
Yeah. She looks great.
And it was reported too that DC's Secret Six is in the works for a TV series at CBS.
I can't wait to see Metalman.
That's
Uh,
just a kind of weird thing to make a TV about. I don't know. I just don't see that working.
This is like I almost wonder like a comedy with it, like they kind of did with like the Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
That'd be cool. That'd be dope. I think that would be perfect.
Where it's kind of like a buddy comedy, kind of like if you ever watched Dexter's Lab, like they had their fucking own like a little Avengers team.
the laboratory.
No, they had what was it? The Fraggable Kronk and I can't remember the other characters' names. Valhalla and Major
What the network is that Metalman supposed to be on?
Probably the DC one.
The streaming one.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything really on it that's worth getting the streaming?
No.
Other than Teen Titans, who knows?
So then, no.
Yeah. No.
No what?
No, it's not worth getting then.
Not worth it.
What's not
The
worth it?
DC streaming service.
I think it's worth it. Not really.
Yeah,
Maybe at
Like
some
you're
point.
lying, Matt.
At some point, maybe.
if they start putting out good content, it really shouldn't be that hard for DC to put out good content. They just,
It should be super easy.
yeah.
They have a lot of stuff they can do it from, but
Be interesting to see if the reason they are to look into who was doing most of the show running for the movies and the shows that fucked up, and see if they used comic writers. They didn't,
I don't think
And
they did. They're gonna use They're gonna use TV writers.
Yeah.
I
it
think,
doesn't make sense. They should be comic book writers.
or at least have somebody there overseeing and no, it really needs to be like this, or we need to fudge it so it does this. Like you could have the TV writers, but hey, you got to have somebody like a Jeff Loeb or someone in there, kind of, you know what I mean, overseeing. Just putting input, like Jeff Johns, like those episodes of Arrow that he was real involved with. You there was a big difference. You could tell.
They were good. Yeah.
They were actually good.
But there was a noticeable difference. So I just think they just need somebody in there
At least having some input.
Just having some input and keeping your direction, and not letting it, just keeping it in the realms of comics, grounded, I should say. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, just someone in there advising, just an advisor.
I don't know. I think Jeff Johns is a little too busy for that nowadays.
I'll just say like just someone like him.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't a well-known writer, at least somebody who actually knows what the fuck's going on in the comics.
Well, it seems like Marvel makes sure that like their writers are very in tune, in touch with the characters, and they give them a lot of tools to work with, and a lot of like materials to go over to get stories and kind of keep things lined up. Or toward DC, it doesn't seem like DC does that at all.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of setting up somebody to succeed or setting up somebody to fail.
Yes.
And Marvel did it right. I mean, they created that backstory first, and they were still good movies. It's not like it was boring backstory movies, but they laid that framework, and they did such a great job with it that now, most of the movies they put out are they're knocking it out of the park type stuff, because we have that framework, that backstory that isn't so convoluted and ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Batman backstory with Affleck and Superman, and a lot of that stuff was it was so cheesy, and they fucked it up.
Well, maybe with everybody, maybe they have a chance to rewrite it now. But do we really want it rewritten again?
But what does that mean for everything else? I mean, Wonder Woman's been good. Why are they going to redo that? Are they going to redo Cyborg and
they should
Flash and
I think what they need to do is almost like a Flashpoint type thing where they get to
there you go
bring you back around, and then that'll be their chance to kind of fix it and zone in on it, and then okay, we fixed it, and then run with it.
That's a great idea, man. That's a freaking great idea. That would be the perfect way to do it.
Then then there's an excuse to fix everything.
Yeah.
So kind of sorry not to change the subject, but to go back a little bit on what you were saying about Guardians of the Galaxy, and yes, Kyle, I know I need to be more formatted. I apologize. The new Guardians of the Galaxy team is actually Cosmic Ghost Rider, Moon Dragon, Gladiator, and Beta Ray Bill.
Whoa.
But there's still looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members to be revealed.
Okay.
So I mean,
and they're really banking on Cosmic Ghost Rider heavy.
I can share this here real quick, and we can kind of get a look at what it is, or the silhouettes, and see if maybe some of our panel of experts here can pick out what who's who and what's what. Let's see. Let me share my screen here.
And then you guys see the picture of Lobo that they're doing for the Krypton series?
I have. It looks terrible.
I thought it looked great. I was stoked.
You thought it looked great?
What?
The Lobo that they're doing for Krypton? Oh, it was perfect.
Oh, I didn't see
something
it.
about the hair bothers me.
It's Lobo hair.
But here you go. So here is the new Guardians of the Galaxy team. So you have Cosmic Ghost Rider, Beta Ray Bill, let's see. There you go. Can you guys see it?
No.
No,
you can't see it. Fuck. Oh well, screw it then.
That's how on point we are.
Screw it.
Technical difficulties. What?
Yeah, right. Oh, hold on. Let's try it now.
There you go.
How about now? Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Kyle or fucking Brian probably still can't see it, huh?
No, I can't see it
Either.
God damn it. All right. I'm just going to post it in the chat then.
Or just, post the link.
Yeah, here, I'll just post the link. That works too. Smart boys. Smart boys. That's why I keep them around.
Got to keep some of them around.
Yeah. Gotta
Um,
keep them all around. There, I just posted it in the chat. Sorry for people at home. You don't get to see it.
you know, Marvel, I think, like, when I go to the comic book store and stuff, I think I just don't even look at anything Marvel. I still just, I'm to the point where I only get my few titles now.
Tim in the chat says that Lobo looks like a trailer park Rob Zombie. I agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta Google it now.
Yeah. One of the first things I thought was Rob Zombie, but that's what Lobo, looks like.
A trailer park Rob Zombie. That's fantastic. He's not wrong. He's really not wrong. I can't believe you haven't seen it, Kyle. I thought I shared it in our group chat.
Oh, he does look like Rob Zombie.
All right.
Your haircut or wig.
What's the weird skull fucking cockplate?
That's badass. That's one of Lobo's things.
It looks weird on him though.
Yeah.
What's that weird skull codpiece thing? That's badass. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what it is, but it's badass. That's what it is.
I want one.
You want one?
A skull codpiece?
Go to work, just my normal clothes, but
Just a skull codpiece.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he should be singing White Zombie songs.
Yeah.
You got to get one.
I don't remember seeing Lobo with that weird skull codpiece.
I'm pretty sure he's had it before. Maybe not though. Definitely cool add-on if that's the case.
I see it like, he's got the skull like belt buckle.
Uh-huh.
But
dude, just a skull cod piece is just so
it's
much
weird. It is. It's badass.
There's nothing wrong with the skull cod piece, my man. It beats a stupid belt buckle anyway. There's a belt buckle and then there's a fucking cod piece.
Both to look badass.
So it looks like only Lobo and fucking David Bowie can get away with a cod piece.
How about the singer from Cameo?
See, every other picture I see of him, it's a belt buckle. So I guess they're taking it one step farther and making it a cod piece.
Yeah.
The cod piece.
Lobo's cod piece.
Yeah.
It'd be cooler if his dick came out of the mouth once in a while.
Oh my god.
An appearance.
Yeah. It would be the Lobo wang, the Labang.
Yeah.
The Labang.
Look, we just got bat root. I don't think we need Lobo root. Okay.
It just comes out like its tongue sticking out.
Like fucking Gene Simmons.
Yep. Like when he gets excited and he's about to like fucking do something badass, its fucking dick comes out of it.
No.
Hello.
No thanks.
Hello, New York.
Yeah. Nice.
That's funny.
At that Guardians poster, it almost looks like there's some type of Wolverine type character on the left.
Yeah,
If you look at his hand.
I'm starting to think it's Groot. I think it's going to be Groot or maybe Lady Deathstrike.
That'd be interesting.
Didn't she come back in the Weapon X bullshit?
I believe so, yeah.
So I don't know. I know Brian's excited about this, and so am I. But did you see that they're now employing a drone killer on the set of the final season of Game of Thrones, shooting down drones?
That's awesome.
So there's no, so people can't like leak stuff.
That's total redneck fun right there.
Down drones.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to get
some drones.
Hey, I work on Game of Thrones. What do? I shoot down fucking drones.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go get a lawn chair, some natty ice, and
Oh god, you just went full redneck there with natty ice.
lawn chair, natty ice, and a crossbow, and
Oh my god.
talk about a career or a job.
I wouldn't need a crossbow. I just use my slingshot.
Got my natural eyes.
Actually, pretty weak. Drones.
Dope.
And that's when you're like, you just start a complete redneck party on the set of Game of Thrones because all the like stupid douche frat boys come out of the woodworks for the Natty Ice.
Party!
Next thing you know, some dude with like 4 shirts and popped collars shows up, and a beer pong table shows up out of nowhere.
In the middle of the battle, you can see in the background a fucking beer pong going on.
Yeah.
No, they don't need to use a table. They just sit on the floor and do it that way.
And yeah, in the middle of a giant dragon battle,
Yeah.
there's just a couple of dirty hippies playing hacky sack.
Yeah. I don't know if hippies and rednecks get along, so that might be tough.
No, I think the
Hey man,
I think the
natural
hippies get hit
ice
with
brings
baseball
everyone
bats.
together.
Yeah, Natty Ice does.
Natty
bring
Ice
everybody
brings
together.
the world together.
Whether it's in good sport or in a fight, it brings people together.
Yeah, and they're gonna fight over whether there's a hoedown or a hootenanny. That's a new slogan. I think we just gave Natural Light their new slogan.
Whether it's a throwdown or a hootenanny,
Natural
Bringing
Ice
people
brings the
together.
world together. Yeah,
bringing people together. Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's a hoedown, a hootenanny, or family reunion. Natty Ice brings people together.
Oh man.
yeah, we should pitch that to him.
There you go. And it could just be the cover art is just Brian sitting there in a lawn chair with a shotgun, and one hand his dog pointing at a drone and getting ready to shoot it down. There it is.
Oh man.
Out of the year.
There
funny.
it is. So they announced a new member of the Harley Quinn animated series. So the guy who plays Ravi on iZombie, I can't think of the actor's name. He's gonna voice the Scarecrow
So
in the DC streaming service Harley Quinn show.
So he's gonna have an English accent.
Don't know. I haven't heard it. It just got announced today that he was going to do that.
But isn't that what he has in the iCarly, iZombie?
iCarly, yeah, in iCarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he has in iCarly.
You can
Yeah,
tell I
that's what he
haven't
has in
drinking.
iCarly. Yeah. Never again, Kyle.
I know, man. I'm fucking terrible at this sober.
Never again.
I fucked up.
But yeah, did you see Marvel released 2 Spider-Man books last week or this week? No, it was this week on Wednesday. As part of their new Spider-Verse series again, and I think it was 4 different new Spider-Man they had between 2 issues.
Here. Are they doing the Spider-Geddon? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. They introduced 4 new Spider-Man across 2 issues.
Yeah, that Spider-Geddon stuff. A lot people are going gaga for it. That's for sure. Spec-wise, there's a couple books in there that have really gone crazy. It's caused the original Spider-Verse books to go crazy. That obviously the first Spider-Gwen is worth a ton, but so is that issue number 5 with the first. What was issue number 5? The first. I forget which Spider-Man that was, but it's got a robotic. He's on the cover. That book's going for big bucks too.
Oh, I got it. Maybe I'll sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it too. I've got all those Spider-Verse books.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm surprised
number
Punk
5
Rock Spider-Man didn't take off.
Number 5 has another. I think it's Greg Land variant too, but it's a variant and that sells for $800 right now for a 9.8. It's $800.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I might be mistaken. Maybe it might be a little bit less, but it's definitely in the $500 to $800 range.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's driving those books.
I think it's that new TV show or movie.
Oh yeah, the animated one,
Yeah,
the Into the Spider-Verse.
that one.
Have to send it on a CGC and do the 2-day turnaround.
So issue number 5 has the first appearance of Penny Parker.
That's his. Oh, that's his. Yeah, it's a female alter ego, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Edge of Spider-Verse number 5.
She drives a
variant-
robot, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She pilots a robot.
Yeah, it's like a mech suit type thing.
The giant mech.
And the number, the variant for the Greg Land variant for that issue is going for anywhere from $450 to $600. It looks like. No, here's an $800 one. Yeah. One of my co-hosts on Flipside found a pile of like 5 or 6 of them and took them to Baltimore and graded each one. I think they each came out at 9.8.
Jeez.
So.
Were they doing on-site grading in Baltimore?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Amazing. And you're allowed to bring up to like 50 books, I think. And, man, that would be great. They need to do that more. I know it's a logistical nightmare, but.
I would wish they would do it here.
Yeah.
I do too.
That reminds me, what do we have anything coming up? Any cons coming up?
Not until January. We have Walker Stalker in January. There hasn't been any word on if Ace is coming back this year or next year.
We think they already would have announced it if they were.
Probably. But other than that, it's going to be a long wait until.
Wait, this is con season's winding down.
Yeah, it's going to be a long wait until next Phoenix Comic-Con next year.
Yeah. I have to go to like what's WonderCon in
like I know LA Comic-Con is the last weekend of October. It's usually the weekend of Halloween or weekend before Halloween. Usually the last weekend of October is LA Comic-Con, which used to be Stanley's Kamikaze, and then after that I think it's pretty much last weekend was New York.
And that's basically what caps everything off, right?
Yeah, pretty much. New York is kind of the official end of the con season. You still have some that straggle after that, but
Tucson Comic Con.
Like Tucson Comic Con, yeah.
That one, the long awaited.
Yeah, the much talked about.
Yes.
I forgot about Tucson Comic Con.
I
Has
did
any
too.
of you guys ever been there?
I have been twice. Yeah.
That's where I met Matt and Kellen.
You met what?
Where I met you guys.
What do you mean that's where you met us?
With Kellen? Tucson Comic Con?
At Tucson Comic Con?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We went to Lindy's.
Oh no! I thought that was. Didn't we meet you before that, or that was the first time we met you with Joshua?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've known you for like 30 years, Jose.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what he feels like.
Yeah, right.
60 years old now.
Yeah, I'm like, man.
I just want to find
somehow, but
I just want to find a nice, quote unquote, honey hole to go to. Refine a nice little. Yeah, there's nothing out here anymore where you're going to go and find a couple deals or score a couple good books.
I need to move back.
Are you going to go to Monster Comics grand reopening next weekend?
No, I didn't even know about it. I don't like that guy. It's not that I don't like him. He definitely accused me of thieving a book one time.
A Doctor Who book.
Yeah, a Doctor Who book. And I was like, he stopped me out of nowhere. I was walking around the con, and all of a sudden this guy stops me, and he has a booth at the con, and he goes, "Hey, aren't you the one that walked out with those Doctor Who books?" And I went, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you walked out with Doctor Who books. You never paid me." I go, "Dude, you're totally mistaken. First of all, I would not steal. Second of all, I don't like fucking Doctor Who." So
you just alienated a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to read a Doctor Who comic, that's for sure.
No, but you'll steal them, thief.
Well, remember, he also tried to bait and switch us too.
Yeah.
Who's this?
What's I don't know. I don't remember his name, but it's the guy who owns Monster Comics now.
He might be a cool dude. It's just that, the short amount of time that we've dealt with him, it's been the exact opposite.
The only cool thing about it is Kevin from CBCS is he's partners in with that with Monster Comics.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to ask you about that. That's interesting. I know I saw they were doing live streams, right?
Yeah. So I'm going next week to get my Lady Death books from him.
Yeah, maybe I'll shoot him a text and say that I wanted to show up.
I'm the guy who stole them. Stole comics.
Yeah. Remember me? I'm the guy that stole the Doctor Who books.
That was so stupid.
You should find out like what books you should find out what books they were and like just find them on eBay and buy them and just get like a nice shirt and like rip the pages out and like attach them to the shirt and walk in there wearing it. Or just walk in there and be like, hey, I want to sell these books and see what he fucking does.
Just when he tried to bait and switch us, man, that was a real turnoff.
What'd he do?
We were talking to him and he had like, was it like a long box or like 2 short boxes of books? And they had a bunch of like minor to decent keys in there. And so he was like, he was trying to get us to buy them. But in the process, he was actually selling them to Steven. And Steven was bringing in like these boxes of like fodder. And he was trying to get us to buy the fodder for the price of the keys.
Yeah.
Thinking that he was going to give us the key books, but what he was actually doing was giving us the fodder and getting it top dollar for both.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah, like I was sitting there and he was talking and I was standing there and I was like, wait. I get what's going on now.
Yeah. That was amazing. I walked away. As soon as I realized, we basically went up there to meet up with Steven because he was selling a bunch of his books. And we're like, and he hit Kyle up like, hey, do you guys want to come check us out? I got a bunch of books I'm getting rid of. If you want to meet me. I think Kyle's like, where do you want to meet? And he was like, oh, just let's meet at Marketplace. So when we went there, Steven comes down and he goes, I got some guy looking at the books I was going to show you guys. He might buy them all, but he'll make you a good deal on them. And as soon as I heard that, I walked away and just started looking at other books in the store. But Kyle walked over there and it was just like he said, it was kind of shady.
Yeah, it was a bait and switch.
And I'm definitely not here, trying to talk trash on a podcast, about these guys. Like I said, he could be a cool dude.
I'm just saying that was what my experience was.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, he may be a good guy and stuff, but it was just.
Oh, you guys are talking trash.
Much trash being flung.
It wasn't my intention. It's more of a story and an experience that we had.
Stirring up the shit.
Yep. That's how it does.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Then don't bait and switch people, and I wouldn't have to tell a story about it.
Exactly.
He's getting upset already. He's like, God damn it, fuck you guys.
God damn, tell my story.
Yeah. Bait and switch me, motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
Bait and switching motherfuckers.
I was telling the story last week on the podcast. We went and looked at all of those Incredible Hulk books. You remember that?
Let's say it again.
When we went and looked at all those Incredible Hulk books, remember we called the dude on Craigslist? I remember you were super excited. There was like the McFarlane Incredible Hulk was in there, and a couple other good ones. And we're like, we should go get it. And I was like, oh, all right, let's go. And we went down there, and the guy had he had like a backpack and a milk crate. And you went, I don't fucking want these. And you walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
Yeah, he put up like an ad, and he said in the book that he showed was the McFarlane Hulk with Wolverine. I think 340 maybe.
On the claws.
Yeah, and it kind of like I don't know if he did it on purpose, but it made it look like the rest of the ones were going to be decent if that was the book he was showing, and. He pulled these comics, and it's like a handful of them. Me and Kyle are thinking like, hopefully a couple boxes or something. And then I felt bad. I just, I said, "Hey man, sorry. The only
I don't want these."
Yeah.
You just walked away.
Yeah.
You just stand there.
The story is not a "Hey man, I'm sorry." It's just a "We don't want these."
You're like, I don't want these. He just walked away.
It's like you were offended that he was even thinking about trying to sell them to you.
Oh,
Well,
and it was taken off guard because I stood there for a second. The dude looked at me, and I looked at the dude, and then I just shrugged and walked away.
Yeah.
That's it. We drove all the way there. We were there for like a couple minutes, and then we got back in the car and left.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was funny. That's a funny. I love that.
There seems to be a lot of guys that do that though.
It's
Try to swindle, like the dude who you guys bought the Spider-Man collection off of.
Oh,
Where he's
yeah.
like- He's like, I want like $2,000 for these books. These are, the pristine books in there. Okay, yeah, there were good books in there, but he fucking parted it out and sold all the keys.
Yeah.
And
No
then that-
Punisher.
and then that Amazing Spider-Man that was in that run. Remember, we sold it to Gabe, and it came back restored.
Oh,
Yeah. I'd be interested to actually look at that under a black light and see if it really was restored or if it was just CGC, CGC, I've heard, has been kind of notorious about saying a lot of those Spider-Man 300s are restored, or they've been, had paint touch up or something.
Yeah, I would like to also.
I don't want to look at anything under a black light. 'Cause who the fuck knows what you're gonna find on it?
especially those books.
Yeah.
Especially if that might have been a bathroom comic.
Not only those
Right.
books, but especially those books after Gabe has touched them.
Ugh.
I kind of felt bad about that, though.
I felt terrible.
Yeah, he was so stoked that he was finally got a copy, and he was gonna have McFarlane sign it. And
Well, remember we went to San Diego Comic-Con, and I think he had we stood in line, and I think he had
He had Stan Lee sign it.
Stan Lee sign it.
He had McFarlane and Lee sign it. It didn't take him like 6 months to get that fucking book back.
I think it took longer, but yeah.
That was a crock of shit.
It probably wasn't even his book. They already just switched it out with someone else's.
That suck.
Well, what's crazy about it is now, back then CGC was taking all the heat for, being late on stuff, and CBCS was the big dog, and it's funny how that's switched all of a sudden.
It's not even actually Stan Lee's signature. Like the person at CGC saw it and they're like, damn, and they fucking took it themselves and replaced it with a touched up one, and the signature actually says Stan Wee.
It says Leaston.
Yeah. It says it's Todd McFarlane. Stan Wee.
Stan Wee.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I want my books back for CBCS.
How many have you got out there still?
10 or 11.
Jeez.
And Stan Wee.
Stan Wee.
I mean, it was all around May and June, so I should be getting them back by like February.
Jesus Christ, dude! I cannot imagine sitting that many, being without your books for that long.
Yeah, it definitely pisses you off.
I've been. This is the best round I've ever done with not being super overly concerned.
Like
Yeah.
I've never
I've dealt with addicts before, but I think you're an addict, Kyle.
And I've got, it's really weird because
CGC
I'm not that nervous, and I have pretty decent books out there right now.
Like I remember the first time you sent off a book, like you were like, I'm never doing it again. Never fucking do it again. Fuck that. That's so stupid. And then like every book you buy, you send away now.
Not every book I buy.
Dude, you go into Comic-Con and you got a stack of books. You say, I'm getting this CGC, I'm getting that CGC, I'm getting this CGC, I'm getting that CGC. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Nothing else.
Then you got Dan so angry at Phoenix this year that he had to go and like, push Scott Snyder out of the way.
I know he was
Narrated him.
he was so mad about it.
You got him so angry that he had to fucking go and shove Port Scott Snyder out of the way during a fire alarm.
Just to get a smoke to calm down.
Yeah, just to get a smoke to chill out.
Like there was no convincing him of anything.
He told me he still wakes up in cold sweats at night, fucking having nightmares about that.
When he was watching my books get the cape broken out of the
Razor blade
cases.
open, yeah. Still gets the cold sweats at night.
Dude, the look on his face when they were after they cracked it and they were razor blading the fucking the vacuum sealed part about it. I thought he was gonna poo himself.
One wrong move, dude. One wrong move, and it was game over for your book.
Dude, that Spidey 300 was real nerve wracking.
Yeah, one wrong move, and it's game over.
Right. Oh, I bet you it would suck if he just went to the left and he just sliced the book. Oh my god.
That's the other thing that what we were talking about earlier with the price of comic books is going to do. It's going to start making these creators charge a lot of money for their signatures at cons.
Yep.
You're already seeing it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
And the other thing you're seeing too, just like the problem I had at Phoenix Comic Con, is he decided David Michelini decided, you know what? I don't want my signature to be verified.
Yeah. So it's gonna start. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna bust, but I don't know what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a little bit of everything, and that's gonna make everything crumble.
I don't know if it's gonna come from the point of like comics being so expensive, or it's gonna come from artists' signatures, or what it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be both. I think what's gonna happen with what's gonna happen with getting your book signed and graded is it's gonna get to the point where the only way you can get them signed and graded is if you pay a bunch of money and they do like a private signing like after hours of the show, which takes a lot of fun out of getting your book signed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that was part of the fun of you get to go up, hey man, I got this book, you're awesome at it, I want your name on the front of it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. And you're not going to be able to do that anymore.
Well, I mean, like I said, we all click differently. Like I choose to hang them up on my wall in frames and look at them as like memories, dude. Like I'll look around on my wall once in a while when I'm trying to fall asleep. Like, oh, I remember when I got that signature. I remember, you remember the funny stuff that happens when you got those signatures.
Yeah, and like Kyle was saying, it's really cool when it's like books that was your first comic book, or really important when you're a kid, and to be able to tell a creator that,
Like I was so bummed out when I was telling what's his name, Williamson, who writes Flash. I was about how excited I was about Flash and how he made me this huge Flash fan, and he was like, I was going on and on and on, and what is this going to happen in Flash? Is this going to happen in Flash? Oh my God, you did this, and he, what he said? He was like, oh yeah, hey, thanks, and he just turned around and started talking to somebody, and I was like, ah, oh, what a dick.
Yeah, what do they say about don't meet your heroes because it could change? Yeah,
I'm not mine. They died.
But I was just bummed. I was like, I figured I'd get a little bit of shop talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit of banter back. Hey man, thanks. I'm glad you enjoy them. I didn't even get a thanks. Glad you enjoyed them. I just got thanks. I'm just back to.
Shut up. Who's next?
Yeah, like I was just like, well, like when I was talking to what's his name that was writing Grayson. I can't think of his name right now. God damn it, Seeley.
Yeah.
Like he was so excited to be bantering back and forth about Nightwing, like he almost gave away a plot to me that hadn't come out yet.
Well, there's definitely creators out there who really care about, having that communication with the fans. Like George Perez and Stan Sakai. You go talk to those guys and they're always cool. They always, have a little conversation with you. And George Perez is top notch, man. I think it's kind of shitty that he lets his political views decide where he's going. Yeah. Because there's a lot of fans that are in those states of his specifically, but I can say he's actually a really good dude when you meet him. So
he's an awesome dude.
Yeah,
and that's the cool thing about him is he's everybody. Like you think he'd get tired of talking to everybody, but no, he's every person. He's just as excited as the last person.
Yeah,
like he gives everybody that energy, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely makes you have a lot of respect for him. That's for sure. Makes you want to go talk to him in the future. Maybe throw a couple extra bucks in his Comic Defense Fund or whatever that is. He donates all those sketches, the money he makes off those sketches to the guys who didn't make very much money doing it.
Well, yeah, like when he told us how much he had already made by the time he was at that con. No wonder why he does that.
Yeah.
Dude's making a killing right now. But I don't know. It's kind of a bummer when that happens, though, when you're just so excited to meet somebody. They just don't give a fuck.
That's how it was for me and Arthur Sidem. I had been wanting to get a sketch from Arthur Sidem for years, and he finally showed up at a con, and I wanted him to do a zombie watcher. And I walked up to him, asked him how much his sketches were. He told me, I think it was like $175 or $200. And I was like, you know what? I really want it, so I'm going to get it. That was the only reason I went to the con. Went to his table, paid for the sketch, walked out. And then came back. I said, when do you think it's going to be done? He's like, a couple hours. I came back a couple hours later. Next thing I know, he's like, yeah, it's not done yet. Maybe tomorrow. So now I got to come back the next day.
Oh.
And then when I finally come back again, he's like, nope, it's not done. Maybe come back the following day, which is a Monday or something like that. And I went back, still not done. He's like, let me get your address information. I'll send it to you. A year and a half later, I'm bugging the guy over Facebook to his assistant or his wife or something, saying I never got my book. He throws out a big, huge, long story about it's an amazing sketch, and he just totally he lost my address, and it's going to be in one of his sketchbooks, and a magazine wanted to put it in one of their articles, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That kind of made me feel a little bit better about having to wait. He sends it to me. When I get it, literally, it's on an 8x10 page with a Watcher sketch about the size of a G.I. Joe in the middle of the page. That is complete shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, it was ridiculous. And after hearing that or getting that, I did a little research and went, poking around on the forums about him. And his reputation is terrible. Even other comic artists just say how much of an asshole the guy is.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Which artist is it again?
Arthur Sidem, the Marvel zombie guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wasn't he at Tucson Comic Con last year?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
Jose's like, okay, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
No, I remember that name.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. It's one of the reasons why I don't even ask for sketches.
Yeah, that's why they say don't meet your heroes anymore.
That's why I get the quick sketches, because I get it right then and there.
Hey, man.
Well, I think that's what Brian wanted too.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. I met my hero, and it was fucking worth it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You're welcome, Matt.
What?
You met me.
Yeah. You fucking wish, buddy. You fucking wish, buddy.
More nightmare.
And it's fucking worth it.
Yeah. I agree with Jose. That's more like a nightmare.
Damn.
Nightmare come true.
More like a nightmare. But,
oh, man.
Anybody got anything else tonight?
Nope. I had that Titans thing, and
you did? I did.
Dead.
Did you guys already do a Talking Dead episode?
We did on Sunday.
All right, then I can ask the question: how did the show go?
Depends on
I thought for a season opener, it was slow and boring and not what I wanted. Like I was saying on the episode, like I was trying to get across was we've had 2 slow, boring seasons of The Walking Dead, and they had to have, the writers, everybody had to have read somewhere online everybody's aggravation for 2 slow seasons. You think that they would pick this episode up, but I didn't think it would be fucking like a crazy war where a lot of people would die. But just this episode of just that kind of just putted around and kind of just showed what everybody was doing. And then I just, for a 90-minute episode to make it that slow, you're just slapping us back in the face for the third straight season of slowness.
Especially being a season opener. What the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah, like it. I thought it was good. I was hoping for it to be, it didn't have to be like war and everybody died and there's fire and people getting ripped to shreds and shit, but just kind of exciting.
I mean, it was definitely didn't do well number wise. That's for sure. But
because people are just kind of over it. They just know they're not getting what they used to out of it. They're the writers and everybody. They're not giving us what we want and what we expect from The Walking Dead. And this season opener, they could have not done a 90-minute one and taken that extra 30 minutes and put it onto a future episode that's better, and I think it would have done better. They could have crammed that to a 60-minute episode and still accomplished everything they needed to. And I think if they would have shortened it up, it actually probably would have made the episode better.
Oh man, what a pain in the ass!
You're gonna start this heated debate again, Brian.
That's this way. I mean, it was cool. Gregory died like in the comics. That was cool. But other than that, it was just kind of. I gave it a 7.
I saw it more of like a reintroduction, and it's kind of like trying to get everything. They're trying to get everything back to their roots, so it's more of a reintroduction to the characters. And it was kind of it was a slow episode, but they're kind of like trying to get everyone caught up, and they're trying to make you understand that there was a time jump. And they're trying to play to not just the comic book reader, but the casual fan that maybe doesn't read the comics. They're trying to play off to them and make you understand that there's a time jump and show you that things have changed and this is how they've changed and this is what we're doing now. And it's just, I don't know. It would be interesting to take Kyle's view as a comic book fan and take someone who's like never read the comic and see what they say about the episode.
Well, I mean, people at this point, we're in season 9. You don't even have to be a comic book fan of The Walking Dead to understand what's going on. And I just think I just don't like the way they are introducing everybody. Just putted along. It just meh.
Slow and steady.
It was actually kind of choppy. Like it was kind of like, like they had weird like they were like it was so slow and there was so little going on that it was like the commercial breaks weren't even at a point that was worth like, oh fuck, god damn it, why did it go to commercial? It was almost like random, like it's just that commercial. Okay.
They definitely did have weird commercial breaks during it. Like some like key moment would happen and it's all of a sudden like commercial and you're like, oh, okay, like where did that come from?
Was have the numbers come out on how many viewers there were? Did it drop at all?
Oh yeah, it tanked big time.
Wow.
But it's still the number 1 TV show. Even tanking big time, it's still the number 1 TV show.
Oh, that's crazy.
It just I don't know. It just I'm hoping maybe that they use that 90-minute slow episode, and I'm hoping that the other episodes going forward have more to it. And they're more exciting because The Walking Dead used to be a very exciting show.
Oh yeah,
and then they completely shit the bed with Negan, drug it out, and fucking gave us a limbo contest. And then, so I'm hoping now that they've learned from 2 really crappy seasons to that. Okay, now we're gonna fix our mistakes and we're gonna bring The Walking Dead back to what it can be. And I'm hoping that's what they did. And then I watched that first episode and I was like, you motherfuckers.
Big letdown.
Yeah, a bunch of people at my work said the exact same thing. And they're only in the TV show. So
there you go. I guess I'm the majority or I'm the minority then.
You liked it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right, yeah.
I mean, I got what they were trying. I mean, I understood that they're doing a time jump when they were showing, we've established something and we've established connections everywhere and we're working as a team and we're doing everything and we're I got all that. I just wanted a little bit more out of it.
Well, because it's basically showing them reverting back. Like it's harder to it's getting harder to find goods where they're at, so they have to expand out more. So they're like they're trying to get like they're raiding a museum in Washington of like, and they're getting like old wagons and plows and things from way back in the pioneer days.
Yeah, they took a wagon and a plow because they were so that they could build more. They had a template to build more.
Yeah. I was about to say, because that doesn't sound very smart. That's pretty stupid. Let's go grab a shitty old wagon or a shitty old plow, and you could probably just go get something better at freaking Tractor Supply Exchange or something.
But yeah, they're using it so they could build like more plows, and they could because you could tell that everything is running low.
Mr. Plow.
Mr. Plow.
That's my name.
Don't
that
worry
name again is Mr. Plow.
So I'm hoping Sundays is better. I think Sundays is going to be better because I think they're going to introduce Negan again. It's going to be Negan in jail. It's going to be, I think you're going to get to see that banter, and you're going to get to see that, I just want to be curious who he's going to talk to I think it's going to be him and Rick instead of him and Coral.
Like most things in his fucking life, Kyle's just a fucking hater. That's all it is.
It would be cool if it's instead of him and Rick, it's him and Daryl, right? Because Daryl's always kind of been like that, at least from the episodes I've seen, kind of that person that doesn't get along with Rick always. Is that right? Or at least lately, the last year or 2 years?
Yeah.
2 seasons?
I would say. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah. You could tell that there's been something but he's taken so much of that Dwight role that I don't see Daryl and Negan chatting.
Yeah.
I don't see them having those heart-to-hearts like he was having with Coral.
Especially after them kidnapping when Negan first got there and beating his ass.
And locking him up and making him listen to that crappy song and giving him cat food and shit.
Giving him cat food and shit.
Now,
what's that song that he was playing? I forgot.
Fuck that song.
Oh my god, I forgot it. Is it me?
Good. That's how terrible it was.
Easy Street.
Yeah.
Oh, Easy Street.
So it has the potential, and I always say that, and then it lets me down. I think I'm being.
Oh god.
10-hour version on YouTube.
Yeah, now you're just gonna get us in trouble, Kyle.
Terrible.
hey, how'd your guys? Did you guys talk to the other podcast?
Yeah.
You're out of the loop, aren't you, Brian?
Oh man,
you didn't listen to last week's episode.
No, he didn't.
No, I've been dealing with going to work and not getting paid.
Oh,
I love that.
That's
so,
shitty.
It's been a crazy couple weeks.
That's shitty. Hey,
you guys are in your layoffs where they making you work without paying you?
No, they fucked up something in HR when I came back from medical leave. And I worked for 2 weeks, and instead of them, I called and let them know I was coming back. My manager called, let them know I was coming back. My doctor called, let them know I was coming back. And then I worked for 2 weeks and a couple days. And on the first, we were supposed to get paid, and I didn't get paid because they still have me in the system as out on medical leave, and they still haven't given me my money. It's been, I was supposed to get paid on the first.
Where's my money, bitch?
Yeah, right.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Yeah, that's what I'd be
Where's
saying.
the money, Lebowski?
That's exactly what I'd be screaming. Where's my money, bitch?
Maybe what they're doing to you is what they did to what's his name in Office Space.
Yes.
They're fixing the glitch.
Yeah. They'll be in the basement.
Yeah, dude, there's nothing worse than not getting paid for working.
Yeah.
I told them that if they don't figure it out by Monday, I'm not going to come in. I'm not going to come to work. And here's the other crazy thing: like I work on government programs, so if I'm not getting paid to work and I'm just doing it without getting paid, there can be like this weird legal thing, So
They should never work without getting paid. You're not doing that shit for free.
exactly.
You don't work where I work.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Kyle are kind of dealing with the work bullshit. And I know Matt dealt with it a couple months back. How's your work going, Matt?
I still deal with it.
Yeah. Way to make everybody happy listening to us complain about work.
Yeah. Way to go, Brian.
Well, everybody hates work, so it makes us connect with our audience.
Yeah, we got to be more structured. We got to keep up that structure, Kyle. That's
you have to get drunk.
Kyle can't get drunk anymore because we got to be structured. He came to me and he's like, you know what this podcast is missing? I'm like, what, Kyle? What? He's like, structure. We need to be more structured. He's like, all right, I can be more structured, but you can't.
We need structure and we need sober Kyle.
Yeah,
that's what mine and Matt's.
Those things haven't worked.
That's where we met in the middle.
Yeah, and so far both things have failed miserably. So,
well, so we did the 2 podcasts last week. And so I said we're going to do 2 podcasts back to back. I'm just going to bring my whiskey and my Coke. And I took my huge cup and I just filled it full of ice and I just kept topping my drink off with whiskey. And so by the time we got to our podcast, I had drank a pint of whiskey. So by about an hour into it, I was fucking drunk.
You're lit.
And I was just rambling like a little schoolgirl.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you listen to our episode that we put out, he's slurring his speech by the end of it, and I started making fun of him. He's like, I don't sound like that fucker, and I was like, okay.
Tim in the chat says, "Sober Kyle is a fail."
Yeah, it is. Sober Kyle is.
Hey, I am trying something new for the podcast, and I'm trying to help it grow. And what we realized it didn't work. Miserably.
No.
So we realized it didn't work. So don't worry. Next week,
Kyle,
he'll be extra drunk. Maybe he'll add a little cocaine to make it even better.
Ooh.
Some hookers and blow.
No, I just think that means that Sunday night on Deliberating the Dead, he's just gonna be fucking trashed.
I'm gonna deliberate the whiskey.
Yep. You're gonna liberate the whiskey from the bottle.
That's what I am.
You're going to liberate the whiskey from the bottle.
I'm going to liberate it and then rent it and then get rid of it. Yep, that's it. So, hey, nothing wrong with trying something new.
There's not. And on that note.
Yeah. I was trying to think of, I'm sitting here talking to you and trying to think of how to do the thumbnail. I was going to do it like the title of the episode, Jose doesn't want you to touch his shit, so he's gonna be buried with it. I was gonna do Jose in like a coffin holding both books and like Photoshop his picture over like a joke coffin and holding those books and have Brian like trying to pull him away from him out of nowhere.
You just see my hand pulling the books out of his.
Yeah, you just see your hand. Yeah,
prying him away from your cold dead body.
Mm-hmm.
God, that would be a great thumbnail.
Yeah, but like looking at some of these coffin pictures, they're pretty morbid. And I don't want to Photoshop Jose's face over an actual person. So,
and it's got to be a super like smiley picture of Jose that you Photoshop onto it.
Yeah,
with my eyes closed.
Your eyes are gonna be open.
Open.
Oh, that's creepy.
So it's so he can stare you down when you're trying to take his books.
Have you guys seen where people are, instead of having their loved ones in a coffin and doing like an open casket, they set them up in like the one I saw there was their like teenage son or something. Instead of putting them in a casket, they had the funeral home set him up in a chair playing a video game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
What the fuck, man? Morbid shit.
You're not
so
gonna...
We'd have Jose sitting there with his books in his hands.
You totally don't want to take one of your loved ones to a taxidermist? Have him with you forever.
Oh, have
Yeah.
him fucking skinned and put over fucking.
Ugh.
Oh, dude.
Skinned.
Yeah,
Oh.
you went a little far with skinned.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Oh. So you can have him sitting next to your like your dog, and you can pet Jose as his dad's watching TV. Oh, dude.
Have beer opener in my mouth.
Hey, thanks, Mijo. Oh, God, that'd be fucking funny.
You even helped me through death.
Still chipping in.
Pulling your weight.
Somebody dust Jose.
Jose's dusty again.
Got all the fucking dust mites stuck to him.
That's terrible.
The dog's chewing on him. Get off of him. Oh, that's the.
Jose, are you still reading books weekly? Any of them? None.
I'm actually trying to sell some books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Hulk 181?
No.
I know a guy that wants to buy it.
There's a guy on Craigslist that had a Hulk 181 6.0. He wanted like $3,000 for it.
What?
That book is going crazy, man.
Yeah, it's insane right now.
That's like a 9.0 or a 9.6. I mean, people are getting $8,000 for it. Not 9.0 or 9.6, like a 9.0, getting $8-9 for it.
That would probably get a lot more because it's signed by Herb Trimpe and Lynn Wein.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell it.
You should send it in and get graded.
Yes.
No, I don't want. I want that to be floating around.
What do you mean floating around?
'Cause I don't know where the fuck it is.
Oh. Go to an on-site one. Fly out to Baltimore next year.
No.
I'm gonna go.
I want to go.
Yeah, you should.
No, I'll never see if I trust you with it.
Yeah, you definitely can't touch me with it. That's for
Sorry,
sure.
Jose. You know what happened? This
A hurricane came, just picked up the comic. I don't know where it went.
It ran away.
It spread a
Into
little
the
feet.
safe in my house.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, like the ones I want to sell are like the full sets.
all your shitty books.
Not my shitty books, but like books, I really don't read anymore. Like the Web of Spider-Man, or what? Not the Web, the Spider-Verse stuff. Like I have the whole series, stuff like that. Like I sold some books. I sold some books to Jake, and I got like $200. What?
From State Farm.
State Farm?
Jake from State Farm.
No, from I don't know if you remember Jake. Jake
from the Toy Box.
Toy Box, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that place still there?
Yeah.
Never
He has a
actually
lot
went
of
in
good
there.
books.
Yeah.
He's got pretty nice books in there.
Yeah.
Are they good, decent prices?
Yeah.
They're a little high, but I'm sure you can talk them down.
I got
Especially
my what did I buy? I bought a couple books from him. He was at Collector's one time selling, and I bought some books from him.
That's the guy you used to always go to John's, right?
Yep. No. I
Yeah.
actually buy books from John and sell them to him.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
he used to come with his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably at the end then. At the beginning.
Yeah, well, he would always come. He wouldn't be there early. He would come after like everybody was done
Oh.
fucking picking through it. He would come like kind of late.
Oh, okay.
But he was one I remember. Oh God, I remember I was looking through the New Mutants run, and it was a whole run, and the only one that was gone was fucking
97?
first Deadpool.
Yeah, 97.
I think it's 98.
98, yeah.
And I skipped right past 87.
Oh.
And I was just thumbing through real quick, and
I remember that.
I was actually looking for Deadpool, and I fucking, and I saw it, and then I sweat it, and then he seen it, and I scooted over. He's like, and he was cool about it. He's like, "You're done, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're sure? You're completely done looking through this box?" He gave me a chance, and I said, "No, it's good." And he fucking went, and I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah,
God damn it.
We've all done that.
Oh,
Steven has got me on that a couple times. You know, where I just not even paying attention while I'm flipping, and Steven will be standing there waiting, and then he'll go through it and he'll be like, "You didn't recognize this? You didn't recognize that?" I'm just like, "You asshole."
Well, what happens is, when there's 20 long boxes, you're looking at the books, but I think you're to the point where you're not even looking at the books.
Well, you're just trying to get through them fast so other people can't get goodies,
Yeah, and you're passing up stuff.
Yes.
Because you're hoping, I remember with John's, the first thing is you're looking at all these boxes. Because remember, we'd help him bring them in and set him up.
Yep.
And then he wouldn't let you look at them until everything was set up and it was time. And you would be like, all right.
It's like the horses.
You're like, that box is the box that I want. And you would try to, like, I don't know, like almost like wave your hand above it. Whatever one gave you the best psychic feeling, you'd try to get in front. You know what I mean? Like that box gives me a vibe. So I would like stand in front of it and wait. And
Kyle, how did you hear about John?
Me?
Yeah,
I saw him on Craigslist.
I did the same thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I went to I was looking for baseball cards, and I saw the baseball card show, and then I walked in. He was the only guy selling comics, and I was going through his stuff, and I'm like, "How much for this stuff?" And he was selling them super cheap, and I remember it going, "Are you sure you want to sell it for that?" I go, "It'd be like, this is the first appearance of da-da-da." He's like, "Oh, yeah, it's fine." That was like, I couldn't believe it. And then I waited like another 2 months to go back. I should have.
Yeah. I went every single time he listed it.
Yeah.
I went to the one in Tempe. He had the one at 35th and Union Hills.
That's where I went, yeah.
17.
Oh, yeah, in the hotel.
Yeah. And then he had another place. Oh, the VFD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a good dude. John was a good dude.
Yeah,
he's still doing it, but he's just doing it in Illinois.
Yeah. Now those fuckers have it.
He sets up, he just said, "I got a bunch of boxes of comics I haven't looked through. I'll be here on this date." And I was like, "Oh, why don't you fucking put them online so we can look at them?" Like, he should do like a private live one for all of us so we can bet on books.
It'd be interesting to see, to ask him if he's picking up more collections out in the Midwest or does less,
Yeah. And what quality?
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to be doing it. It seems to be the same. He posts, "I got more books this time."
Yeah.
Like he posted it in a few of the comic book groups this time. If you guys are in the Illinois area, here and here, I'll be here with books of, I got 5 new short boxes.
You brought up the comic group stuff, and we kind of talked about it earlier, but I've been really blown away lately by. I know I don't talk good about like the Facebook auctions and stuff, but I've been blown away lately by the community. Some of the communities, when somebody does something wrong for another person, or continues to make stupid mistakes or being an asshole over stuff, the comic community on Facebook will nix you quick. Like, you get one chance, maybe 2, and then if you're showing a pattern of just being an asshole, you're not getting anything, They're going to figure out a way.
It took a while to get there.
Yeah.
It really did. It took once because I'm part of all the dispute groups.
Yes.
And the scammer groups and all that. Once those things really got rolling and, like people were going on and being able to post, and what they did is which kind of cool is they started keeping a log, and then what they do is all the creators and administrators of the groups have their own chat.
Yes.
And their own set to chat. So they're always talking. So everybody always knows. So they're like, and it's been going on long enough now that all scammers and people who are going to fuck you, they all have the same pattern. Like they do that. There's what they should do is they should write a list of what to look for, because everybody does the same things. Like like the fake, like, you know, like that hawk guy. Fucking, it starts really small. You know, he does 1 or 2 people, and then like 4 or 5 people in, somebody, and then then it'll get reported. It'll be a couple books, so then people start watching, and then it gets a little bit bigger, and then it goes really big, and then they come back with another fucking profile, and then, you know, and it's the same excuses too when people are backing out of it. Oh, you can't believe how many people's grandmas and moms die and car breaks when it's time to pay for a big book. Everybody loses their job and everybody's car breaks right when it's time to pay for that great big book.
Yeah.
And it's just, so as soon as somebody writes, you know, my car broke down, they instantly just shoot them over and say, look, this is what's going on. And you know, and everybody, and you know, you put up all those screenshots and you just look and you're like, God damn, and you just read it over, and then you just start seeing the names, and then once one person posts it, you start seeing it, it just starts, everybody starts coming out of the woodwork, pop, 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 and it's just,
it's amazing to see some of these guys that get caught, though. I mean, they just can't not stay away. They start making fake profiles, fake names. They have their girlfriends do it, and they still do the live auctions. It's like, we know who you are, you know, and then they try to get around everything. And
there's one dude on here. I talked to him. I've bought books from him. He's a cool dude. His name's like David Crane.
Yeah, he's the guy, very first guy I got on Facebook that I friended over comics. That dude's really cool.
I bought a bunch of stuff from him. And that guy's a fucking detective when it comes to figuring out these scammers, because he'll post links to all their profiles. Then you'll start to see, because then everybody starts reporting them, and then they start dropping off. Yeah. He's like so and so and this, and he fucking digs and he figures it out. It's insane watching these people they go at it like attack dogs.
Well, what's interesting though is to see how this continues, because that power can be used good, or it can be used just to fuck a lot of people. And it seems like that David Cram guy is doing his best to make those groups, you know, kind of be like that blind justice, where they aren't doing it just to fuck people over.
Well, and there's even with him, there was a one time where he kind of got ahead of himself, and some of these threads got out of control. And that's the other thing that a lot of these groups have done too, is they've learned to control the threads.
Yes.
Stopping it as soon as before it's, because people get out of control with it. Like, it turns into a fucking a lynch mob. And everybody's got pitchforks and they're ready to go after it. And
yeah, that's a perfect way to put it.
It's a crazy, and then the mob mentality it comes, and it's but yeah, I mean, a lot of those groups are great, and it's, you know, I found some really good people to buy from off these groups. And like, I was looking at my PayPal the other day and I was like, holy fuck, there's 2 or 3 people, man, where it's like every fucking second or third PayPal transaction I have it's the same names.
Yeah.
You know, like, what did I just get I got an 8.0 graded. I got my first PGX graded book from somebody.
What is it?
It's just, and I only bought it because it was PGX and shit to give. I got it for $20, but it's just amazing. Spider-Man 213. Nothing special about it, but I was like, ooh, Spider-Man and a PGX book, $20. Just for shits and giggles, you know. Just now I finally have a PGX graded book in my collection.
Well, you know, that's a nice little spec thing to think about too, for people out there that are specking, you know, playing the spec game. If you can find, you know, a cheap PGX book that grades like a 9 or a 9.6, but it's going to be super cheap just because, you know, PGX doesn't have the greatest name. Well, buy it and then check it out and get it pressed and send it to CGC and
get your 9.2 back.
Exactly, and get a 9.6 or a 9.4 on it that you paid, you know, 8.0 prices or something. You know what I mean? Because usually like a 9.0 through PGX is, you're going to pay 8.0 prices, you know, normal prices, that type of thing.
I do it a lot. I'll just type in PGX, and I'll just, you know, I don't even do it by like an artist or a comic book or an issue number. I'll just type in PGX and I'll just flip through and just look at, you know, everyone that tagged PGX in their listing, and I'll just look through and see if I can find any deals.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch them, and sometimes I forget, sometimes I don't. But yeah, that's kind of been because I got the you know, if I can get it cheaper, but I can still get it graded. At least I know. Okay, it says 9.2, but it's probably really an 8.5 to a 9. So, but at least I know the neighborhood that I'm going to be getting it in.
Exactly.
And there's going to be no questions and no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yes. I'm getting ready to kind of do that in a way with some of my books where I'm going to start. I got to break them out of their CBCS cases and try and send them off to CGC just because, you know, I have had some issues with CBCS where I've sent in books to them and, you know, they were 9.8 candidates. Everything I send in, I try to do, if it's below a 9.6, don't grade it. Just send it back to me. And some of the books that I sent in, I didn't put that on because they were autographed books. But I still, in my head, you know, I'm not going to send in a book that I don't think is a 9.6 or a 9.8. Anyways,
Sure.
I got these books back, and the back page on one of them it's a monstrous #1 signed. The back cover has a diagonal crease going from one corner, top right corner, all the way down to the bottom left corner. I would obviously notice that. You know what I mean? That's something that you're not going to not notice when you're sending books like that off to get graded.
Hashtag not your book.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been a bunch of books like that through CBCS lately that makes me really think their quality control is not the only shitty part of that company, you know?
I mean, you think it's your book, but you think it was damaged, or do you think you got a different book?
I think that it was damaged. But the thing is that, you know, in my case right there, they were autographed and CGC wasn't around to witness them. So basically either I send a CBS and get a red label or I send a CGC and get a green label. You know?
Right. I'd rather get the red label just because it says verified signature.
For resale value, that's kind of what you got to do, and that's what they are, and that's what sucks. But if it's PC, I've had no problem having a green label. I know why it's a green label. It's a green label because it's got the author's name written on the front by him, you know, or that type of thing.
Name written in front in Sharpie.
Exactly. So it's that's the type of thing that's kind of going on right now. And I know every time CBCS puts up a post about, it's always a sorry post or please stay with us, you know, because they're just doing shitty. I mean, they can't seem to get their shit together.
So I'm curious as what because I had my Amazing Spider-Man 300. I had it when I got it signed. I sent it off and I had it pressed.
Yeah.
So I'm super curious as to what this grade will come back. I'm hoping it comes back at least, you know, 0.5 higher.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right?
What?
That'd be nice.
That'd be fucking great. I had all my books pressed. Everything that I sent off got pressed.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I'm glad I bought that press, man. You got to come over and start experimenting with me.
Oh, yes. I need to come up. Yes. I got lots of books.
Pants. Better wear pants.
You're crazy, dude.
And we'll make some shirts while we're at it.
Yeah, that's the other thing, man. I want to make some shirts on it. I'd love to make some, you know, freaking cool shirts, and you know, there's always probably money to be made with that too.
I want to make the shirt of the Jose picture I sent in today. I want to make a shirt out of that for Jose.
What was it?
Somebody had spray painted on the ground in pink. It said Jose, and then there was a big dick spray painted above it. Must
be listeners. They saw the Jose Batwing.
Oddly enough, I approve of that shirt.
The Jose Wang.
Yep.
The Chimiwang, the Chimichanga Wang.
Chimiwang.
The Chimiwang.
We can make that a dance. The Chimiwang. Do the Chimiwang.
Can't wear pants though. When you're dancing.
What is with you and not wearing pants?
I don't know. It's hot out.
No Moss pantalones for Jose.
Exactly.
It's hot. It's hot out. It's fucking 74 degrees.
Why'd you take your pants off? My balls is hot.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking.
The balls are sticking.
That was so funny.
That's the craziest fights I've ever fucking seen.
I love how at the end they're like, you and Daniel Cormier like hate each other, and they're like, yeah, it's real. He's like, well, what did he do? He talked bad about Popeye's chicken.
Yeah, Daniel Cormier doesn't do it. And he's like, he danced shittily in a Popeye's chicken commercial. You don't disrespect Popeye's chicken.
Yeah.
That is a reason for hate.
Oh man, that's terrible.
And it's not even I believe it's a KFC commercial. So I think he fucked it up. But still.
Pants off, dance off.
Just in case you guys are wondering, this thumbnail's coming together perfectly.
Oh, you're still making that? You're still making the dead Jose fucking?
Yep. I am photoshopping Brian's hand as we speak.
I wish there was a picture you had of Brian with like both of his hands out.
No. I got a good one. I got a good one.
Yeah.
Of just Brian's arm. It's gonna be fantastic.
Oh man, that's fucking great. I love that shit, man. It might have to be a shirt.
Did you pick up any books on Wednesday, Kyle?
No, I'm picking my books up tomorrow.
Okay.
Same with me, because I'm about to drop like $50 tomorrow at the comic shop, probably.
You haven't been there in a while?
No, just I ordered at least like $30 worth of Walking Dead shit, and then gotta get my normal weekly book.
I'm so glad I did it. Those terrible fucking covers. Oh god, I'm so glad I only ordered a couple. But it would be, I don't know. I was looking at those, what is it, 10%? You get like a 10% chance to get a virgin. You get black and white. You get a 20% chance to get a black and white. It's like 50% chance you get a color one. Is that what it is?
No, 50% chance to get the cover one.
The color one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say? The cover one. But
the cover one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna do it. I don't care.
Yeah. It could be something cool to come out of it. That's for sure.
I'm a Walking Dead fan, so I'll do it.
I think I'm gonna pick up like the Abraham one, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably do that one. That'll probably be the other one that I try to get.
Well, I talked about trying to do a giveaway and on like trying to set up a giveaway on Deliberating Dead and maybe buying a couple extra ones to give away.
Oh, I'm down for that.
They're still in like the cellophane bag, and then they can open them up.
Did you guys see the Deadpool Garbage Pail Kids cover?
I didn't.
Oh man, it's awesome. I haven't got one yet, but it's one of the best comic covers I've seen in a long time. Just because, one, it's Garbage Pail Kids, and two, it's actually drawn really good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my best.
Oh yeah, it is badass.
Right? I'm gonna do my best to find a 9.8.
Reckless Wade.
Trying to get it signed by John Pound, one of the main Garbage Pail Kids artists.
It's not an expensive book, so you might be able to buy it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a variant either.
I see them for anywhere from $9 to $17.
Yeah, there you go.
This one's $7.
In my world, that's expensive. Okay.
From the guy who's just said he's spending a bunch of money on comic books tomorrow.
No. That's because my name is Matt, and I have a problem when it comes to Walking Dead.
Me too. I have that problem too. I can't resist.
I need like Walking Dead, like AA or fucking like.
It'd be WA.
Yeah.
It'd be Walking Anonymous.
There you go. Walking Anonymous support. Because I definitely have a problem when it comes to Walking Dead stuff. Maybe not as bad as you do, because I don't have to like have every figure that comes out, but I still got it bad.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta have something. You just need a Walking Dead tattoo now.
I know, right?
Have you got yours started?
Yeah, I got mine started.
How far did he get?
I just got the outline. I think like next week or the week after, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get the blacks and the yellows and reds done.
How did it turn out? You like it so far?
Yeah, it needs. I mean, you can see where some of the outline still needs to be retouched up, but it actually came out pretty good. I think it's gonna look badass once it starts getting colored.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I didn't get it on my arm though, like I originally wanted, because I think it looks better on my leg.
Yeah.
I don't think I have big enough arms for like a huge, like big, huge sleeve thing.
Yeah.
Since I'm like a scrawny nerd.
I'm glad you're actually just going through with it. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Pretty cool idea. Wonder how many Walking Dead tattoos for that cover there are.
Right? I'd be interested to meet a fellow issue 27 tattoo buddy.
Yep.
We can have a convention in Vegas.
Yeah, all two of you.
Both of us will go. We'll ride the Ferris wheel together there.
You're both are named Kyle.
How sweet would that be?
Doppelganger, dude.
That'd be
Evil
awesome.
Kyle. Reverse Kyle.
The first Kyle. No one can beat my evil.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yep, I'm definitely drinking next show.
Anything else interesting or
Tim says there's 7. There's 7 people with that tattoo.
There's 7 of us. Sweet. Oh shit.
What?
My battery's about to die on my computer.
Oh no.
Oh,
I guess that's where we should end it.
yes, sir.
Guys,
Oh, but I wanted to finish my masterpiece before the episode was over.
Oh, I'm just gonna do this crazy thing called plug it in.
there can be only one. It's a fucking Highlander, the Highlander of Kyle's. Then you can be like Wells and fucking in the Flash and have the Council of Kyle's. If there's a whole Council of Kyle's, I'd probably just kill myself.
Like remember Multiplicity?
Mhm.
It sounds like
I
a good
love
time.
that movie.
The Council of Kyle's.
Sounds like a good time.
All right,
Keep Crown Royal afloat.
just to update. I have Jose's head photoshopped and I have Brian's arm photoshopped. Now I'm going for the comic book.
Oh shit!
I think there's a picture you can find where the comic books are behind him, right? You can use the actual ones.
That'd be sweet.
I can't wait for you guys to come back and see the finished project. It's going to be fantastic. I promise you this.
It's gonna be the thumbnail for the episode, right?
Yep, it will. That's true. Good point.
That'll be awesome. Everybody will be able to see it and enjoy the fruits of Matt's labor.
Yep, the fruits of my labor. Giant size fruits.
Whoa.
Anybody got anything else this week?
Nope.
Jose.
no.
Do anything else, Jose? Nothing, Jose?
Nope.
Brian?
I'm good to go. Fading fast.
Right?
Fading fast, huh? All right. Well, I guess that's where we'll end this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight on YouTube and taking part in the chat. We really appreciate it, guys. If you could make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. If you listen to us on any of our podcasting platform, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review. That we greatly appreciate that. Don't make sure to check us out on Deliberating the Dead every Sunday, immediately following the East Coast showing of The Walking Dead. Check out our Absolute Geek gear store. hope you guys have a great time if you make your way out to your local comic shop for a Walking Dead day. And for this episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
I thought Brian was going to try to sneak in there.
I was waiting for it. And we'll see you next time.